What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If we have not yet met, my name is Johnny Nindafan, and in this video, I really just want to share with you guys a couple things here. First thing is, how do you actually scale to whatever capacity you want, and how do you actually figure out what problem you're actually trying to solve? So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to look at your problems in your business, right? They're just problems to be solved, right? It's a math equation at the end of the day, but a lot of times, especially as a business owner selling life insurance and a CEO, being the CEO, you carry a lot of hats. So the first thing that I would say is you have to understand that you have 3 different hats, especially when you're starting. It grows into more, and those become departments in your business. But the first thing, you're running the CEO, the CMO, right? The chief marketing officer and the chief sales officer. So you have to figure out, okay, what problems am I actually trying to solve, and what problems am I seeing in my business that I need to scale to the next level? Because at the end of the day, the reason right now you're stuck at 5, 10, 20,000 a month, wherever you're stuck right now, maybe you're at 0, there's a bottleneck inside your business. And so once you solve that bottleneck, right? You solve that, then you scale up to the next level. Right. And so at first it might be, hey, I'm stuck at 5,000 a month. What's the bottleneck in my business? You have to think through it and say, okay, am I getting enough leads to reasonably make 10,000 a month, double my business, right? Am I getting enough leads, right? And so there's a lot of questions that you ask. And if you guys want to know what questions you should ask yourself, right, internally, comment down below. Let me know. But the biggest thing is figuring out, okay, am I getting enough leads? Am I getting enough sales? Am I not getting enough volume? Is my closing dialed in, right? And so whatever problem you're trying to solve, right, in your business, at first it's leads, and then it's sales, and then then it goes to marketing, then it's team, then it's fulfillment, all that stuff, right? There's tons of different ways in areas that it goes down, but at first it's figuring out, okay, what problem am I actually trying to solve in my business, and how do I actually solve this constraint in my business? Because you're not stuck and you're not seeing problems that other people haven't faced. That's the encouraging thing, is there's people out there that have been in your same exact situation, struggling with the same exact thing that you are struggling with right now, whether that's getting more leads, whether that's getting more sales, getting your sales process absolutely dialed in. So you're having a consistent sales process, or getting better leads, or being able to retain clients better, whatever that looks like for you. And so it's just a sales or marketing problem. And so asking yourself, and as the CEO calling the shot, okay, what is the problem that I actually am solving in my business so that I can scale to the next level? Because once you solve that problem and solve that constraint, you'll scale up to the next level, but then you're going to get another bottleneck. And so at each level of the game, there's another bottleneck that you're going to face, which is totally cool. And that's what makes the game fun, is that there's always another problem to be solved, but you have to figure out, okay, what problem right now am I trying to solve? And so that's why for new agents or agents just in general, if you're just starting out, I highly recommend tracking your metrics, making sure that your metrics are absolutely dialed in, that you know exactly off the top of your head what metric you're trying to get a lift on. And so that you can scale, whether that's getting your cost per acquisition down, whether that's getting your lifetime value of the customer up, whether it's getting more customers, whether it's getting your sales process better, whether it's getting more presentations, whether it's getting more closing, getting your closing rate better. So each level of the game requires a new you. And it requires you to be able to solve that problem and get really good at it. Because there's one problem right now that is stopping you from scaling to whatever capacity you want. And what's cool is once you have a number in mind that you want to scale to, and not just a fictitious number, not just a number that some person on the internet or watching these videos said, but for you to figure out, okay, exactly what am I trying to solve? And once you figure out exactly what problem you're trying to solve, you put all your attention and focus to solving that problem, because once you do, you'll scale, right? And then it's like, what problem am I trying to solve now? Because that's problem is solved, which is awesome. Then you're going to be there's another problem that's going to be solved. And so as a CEO, as a business owner, especially selling life insurance, you are a professional problem solver. So get used to solving problems and critically thinking and figuring it out, because take the emotion out of it. Just look at the numbers, because the numbers won't lie. That's why it's really important to track your data and have data so you can scale to 10, 20, 30,000 a month. And it's just a math equation at the end of the day. And you can actually diagnose problems in your business, because that's one of the skills that I've learned recently is actually seeing into my business and looking and saying, okay, what is the problem that I actually am trying to solve? And how do I solve that? What's the best way? And then what's cool is if you're just starting or you don't have a lot of experience solving these types of problems, either one, just pay a coach, right? Somebody like me that can help you with this and actually be able to see into your business and say, I know that you're wanting to grow your marketing, but you actually need your sales dialed in. You actually need to get better over the phone. You need to get your tonality better. So those are different things that you can do to be successful and really scale, right? So another thing that that I want to share with you is the skill that you need to get good at is seeing problems in your business and not becoming emotional about it and just thinking, okay, what is going to be the solution for me to solve this problem, right? And so the reason I went off on a tangent there, but what I was trying to say is when you do solve that problem and when you do get better, or when you're just starting out, you have to test and you have to hypothesize and then you test and then you get data and you get feedback. So it's this cycle of you get the problem, whatever the problem is, you think of a hypothesis and you hypothesize, okay, I think this will get me better results than I'm used to right now. So then once you do that, you hypothesize, then you take massive action and come up with a game plan, whether how small or how large it is. Once you do that, then you track your data, get feedback, and then you make another decision. Okay, do I do more? Do I need to do more of that? Do I need more data? Or do I know strategically, okay, based on everything I know so far, is that not the answer? And then if it's not, boom, you just find another, like you do that cycle over and over and over again. Once it works well, once you hypothesize, you tested, you got the data, you got the feedback, and it's the right answer, you just do that over and over and over and over and over again. And then whatever problem you have next, right? You have tons of leads coming in, but then you're seeing less ROI. Then it's like, dude, what's the next problem? Then it's a sales problem. So then you have to get better at sales and you have to get better at tonality and have to get better at scripting and stuff like that. So I share all this to say, take the emotions out of it, track your data, and figure out, okay, what problem am I trying to solve in my business? Because when I was first starting out, I did not understand. It was really tough because I didn't understand exactly what I was doing. So I just had to do, and then I got better. But the way that you get better is by getting feedback, getting data, figuring out exactly what am I trying to solve here, and then doing it and going out and hyper executing it. And so when I was first starting out, I just didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm not making enough money. I should probably buy more leads, when that at first was not the answer. The answer was getting better at sales. I could keep the marketing staying the same, but then I just need to get better at sales. And so solve one problem at a time. One thing that I've been doing recently is lay out every single problem in my business, everything I need to do for my to-do list, and just solving one thing at a time, hyper executing that, and then going on to the next. And that's with anything in life. That's with your business. Focus on one thing. Write out all the products that you can make your dream income with. And then take all of them off the table except one. The one that you have the highest likelihood based on your search situation to be able to get to that number. And then hyper focus on that and become the expert in that. And then once you get good at that and really, really good and master that, then you can move on to the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. Because what's going to allow you to really scale, and this is just me being transparent with you on a Friday night, right? Or a Friday midday. You need that time. And the reason why it's super important to focus on one thing is you need that time when you're in the shower, when you're driving, when you're doing a random thing, when you're really thinking about your business. You need to have that time when you're just your subconscious, even when you're sleeping, when just your subconscious is thinking, and you need that to think for you and just think about solving one problem, because that's when there's huge breakthroughs that come. Transparently, for me, that's literally what's been for me. Like, I'm trying to solve. I go to bed, wake up, and I'm like, boom, that's the answer. And then we just go out, execute that, and then come back and there's a new problem, right? So there's always going to be a problem in your business. And so being able to tolerate the stress, being able to tolerate risk, having the house burning down and staying cool, that's it. So I want to see you guys win. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you guys make a ton of money. And if you actually think through these frameworks and become unemotional about the business and figure out, okay, what problem am I needing to solve right now so I can scale and scale to the next capacity, whatever that is, you're going to win. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you haven't already, subscribe, share this with a friend that might need this in their life. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.